actually, the cavalry in the Great War was a fairly advanced arm and worked in concert with the other arms to form an effective fighting force to combat a continental foe. You'll see arrayed before you cavalry as they would have appeared at the beginning of the Great War in 1914. But it wasn't just British cavalry. Now we're showing you British cavalry today. However, cavalry came from all across the empire, from India, from Canada, from Australia, from New Zealand, and although not in the Western Front, South African cavalry as well. You'll also notice we have some lady riders up today. And what we're going to show you here is some of the exercises and activities that went on in the army remount depots that resupply the regiments at the front. Now, to go back to the outbreak of war, almost 100 years to the day, there were no trenches across Europe, stretching from the coast down to Switzerland. It was a battle of manoeuvre in the early engagements. Germans poured across the border. People needed to vie for position. The French and the Belgians engaged, and then the British Expeditionary Force also included a number of Indian divisions, both infantry and cavalry. It was a war of manoeuvre, and this is a part of battle that the cavalry excel at. They can move quickly, they can take up position, they can deny ground to the enemy. And this was how cavalry was used at the beginning of the war. And in its traditional role, as it had been for many, many years, many centuries, it was the eyes and ears of the army. So the cavalry of the Great War was armed, as you can quite obviously see here, with the sword and the lance. But actually he was more than this. Our